Shabbat Shalom, Boker Tov. So glad to see all of you here today. We're going to continue our Ruach, our spirit, with singing Modeh Ani. Prayer for our soul. Elohai Neshama. Elohai Neshama. Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi. Elohai Neshama. Shenatata bi, Shenatata bi. Continue with Matovu. Matovu, it's the morning. Matovu, bless us this morning. Oh, halecha, let us enter Yaakov, our heritage. Mishkinatecha, we are searching, will you show us Yisrael? We are Israel, born to sing your praises in your holy, holy spaces. Matovu, bless the morning. Matovu, Matovu, Alalai, Sarah Mishkirotai, Rivka, Raphael, Belea. Born to sing your praises in your holy, holy spaces. Matovu, bless the morning. Matovu, Matovu, it's the morning. Matovu, bless us this morning. Oh, let us send born to sing your praises in your holy, holy spaces. Matavu, bless the morning, Matavu. Matavu, alai, saramish mirotai, Rivka, Rachel, Berleah. Born to sing your praises in your holy, holy spaces. Matavu, bless the morning, Matavu. We continue with our daily blessings and things that we're thankful for each and every day. This time we're going to do it at the beginning. We've done this before. It's been a while though, where we're going to do the beginning part in Hebrew and ending part in English. You'll catch on. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who enables the bird to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me in the divine image. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives sight to the blind. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who releases the bound. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens those who are bent. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches out the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who steadies our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has provided for all my needs. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who strengthens the people Israel with courage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns the people Israel with glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who gives strength to the weary. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from my eyes and slumber from my eyelids. We continue with Ashrei. Ashrei, Ashrei B'Tzecha, Od Yevaveinu Masecha. Ashrei, Ashrei B'Tzecha, Od Yevaveinu Masecha. Ashrei, 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 Ashrei B'Tzecha. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they will sing your praises forever. Ashrei Ashrei B'Techa, Od Yehalalucha Selah. Ashrei ha'am shekachad lo, Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav tigidla leDavid. Haramim Elohai HaMelech, Baruch Shimcha le'olam va'ed. B'chol yamav arkecha, v'hala Shimcha le'olam va'ed. Gadol Adonai u'lam me'od, v'lik tulato ein chaker. Dor ledor yishabach ma'asecha, u'vuratecha yagidu. Hadar kivorodecha, v'divrei mitzvotecha asicha. Ve'ezuz norotecha yomeru, u'gdulatecha hasaprena. Zecher rab tuvcha yabihu, v'tzikatecha yiranenu. Chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech hapay muvtach chesed, tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav, yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chatzitecha yivarucha, kivod malchutecha yomeru, uvuratecha yidaberu, lehodia livnei ha'adam gvurotav, uchvod adam malchutav, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha b'chol dor v'ador, somech Adonai l'chol hanoflim, v'zokef l'chol ha'kefufim, einecha le'lecha yisaberu, ve'ata noten lachem et ochlam be'ito, poteach et yadecha, u'maspia l'chol chai ratzon, tzadik Adonai v'chol derachav, v'chasid v'chol ma'asav, karov Adonai l'chol korav, l'chol asher yikreuhu behemet, ritzon yirav yaseh, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiem, shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, ve'et kol shayim yashmiv, Tehillat Adonai yedber pi, Yivarech kol basar shem kodsho le'olam va'ed, v'anachnu nevarech yah, v'etav yad olam, Hallelujah. Continue with the Baruch Hu. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Yotei or v'rei Moshe. Shalom, shalom. continue now with the Shema, which is interesting this week in particular, because this week we have the Torah portion called the Et Hanan, and it has the 10 Commandments in it. So, which is really going to be interesting for us to talk about all the different commandments, and it has part of the Shema in it talking about the different commandments. So that'll be interesting to talk about as soon as we get there, but we're not there yet. All right, so we're gonna continue with the Shema in the prayer book. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaher. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha b'beitecha u'leftecha b'derech u'shafecha u'b'kumecha u'kshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot v'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'b'sharecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora El Elyon Omer Chasadim Tovim V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot U'mevi Goel Lifnei V'neihem L'man Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Foker U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham U'Foker Tzara Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai V'chayei Metim Atarav L'Hoshia Morid Hatah Mechakel Chayim V'Chesed Mechayei Metim V'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayem Emunato L'Shenei Afar Michamocha B'Gevurot U'Mitav Melach Melech Memit U'Mechayei U'Matzmiach Yeshua V'Ne'eman L'Chayot Metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei HaMetim. Oh, what a Torah portion we have this week. And it is called, it's from the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, which we started last week for the first time. And now it's the second portion and it's called Ve'et Hanan. And one of the main lines in here that we're going to talk about today is that you shall love God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And that's what we talked about today in our prayer in the Shema. Now, what does it mean it's a lot of things going on here. You shall love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. What does that possibly mean? Well, I would love for you to discuss it amongst your family because you might have different ideas, but I'm going to share a little bit about what Rashi said about that. And you can agree or disagree with it. But it's an interesting way of looking at it. Rashi is one of our greatest commentators. So what does Rashi say? Here we go. The commandment to love God with all your heart and with all your soul and all your might is a theme that runs through the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, the book we're in, and is considered to be the cornerstone of Jewish tradition and faith. It is recited together with the Shema, like we said, during services, and is considered by rabbinic tradition as one of the 13 mitzvot. The ways in which we experience and express our love for God can impact on many areas of our lives. Indeed, every human relationship can be understood as a reflection of our relationship with the divine. And here's what Rashi says. The biblical commentator Rashi pointed out that the Torah itself explains how we are to love God by including the words with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And this is what he suggested. He suggested that with all your heart means we should serve God with all the powers of goodness, compassion, and charity. With all your soul means we should be ready to give our lives, if necessary, for the principles of our faith. And for all your might means we should be willing to use our property and wealth to perform acts of charity that promote the survival of our people. So here's my question to you. Think about what Rashi just said with all that, with the, I'll repeat it again so you can get into see, because you might agree with it or you might disagree with it. And maybe your family looks at it a little bit differently. He suggested that and here we go, go back to this with all your heart. Here we go, with all your heart, that you should serve God with powers of goodness, compassion, and charity. With all your soul means we should be ready to give up our lives if necessary for the principles of our faith. And with all your might means that we should be willing to use our property and wealth to perform acts of charity that promote the survival of our people. So it's something to think about. So when we do the Shema, it's something we do all the time. We don't really think about it so often. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. And we talk about loving God with all our heart and all our might and all our being. And it's something that we can discuss and think about together as a community. So we're going to continue. We're going to finish our service off, of course, always with the Mishnah Berach, a blessing of healing. Oh, I think we need more mental healing now. I don't know, at least in my life and what I hear, people are really getting burned out a little bit with this whole COVID thing, wishing it was over and having a hard time with it. And so we wish everyone healing of the soul, healing of the body, if that's the case, healing of the mind, when we talk about COVID. So, and anything else that might be troubling us. So we'll continue with Mishnah Berach. Help us find the everyone. If you want to reach me to share about what you would like in this service, something different, something that you've been looking for, that maybe I'm not doing, that you would like to see, please feel free to email me. Don't hesitate. Daaron, Daaron, at ansheemet.org. And with that being said, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and hopefully we'll all be together soon again. It's back together. All right. Have a great week.